exactly what I do. Our black leaders. They've dismissed black voices and they've told us how we should feel about oppression. They've co-opted our struggles for their own gain, turning our pain into sound bites and profit margins. The whole term woke, somebody type woke in the chat room. That used to be a euphemism for black people who were conscious back in the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, they those white liberals took that and co-opted and corrupted it and made that a code word for people who were open to the rainbow riders, who were open to letting their daughters play contact sports with boys with dresses on. You see? And so now that the ship is sinking, they finished with us. They walked away. Just like those two folks walked into Trump's mansion, ready to make a deal. That's just what they did. So what does that mean for us black people? It means, number one, we need to be vigilant. And we can't afford to place our trust in those who claim to be our allies, but have proven time and time again that they will betray us when it serves their interests. We must remember what Brother Malcolm said. The Negro is in no position to be deceived by white liberals any longer. The white liberal is the worst enemy to America and the worst enemy to the Negro. And if Scarborough and Brzezinski can turn their backs on their own words, what makes you think they won't turn their backs on us? And that goes for the rest of those white liberals. See, their hypocrisy is a lesson. It's a reminder that our rights and our freedom and our liberation cannot be outsourced. It cannot be entrusted to those who serve their own agendas. Brothers and sisters, let this be a wake-up call. We need to build our own platforms and tell our own stories and fight our own battles and vote our own interests. You see? Now, as we gather here to talk about this hypocrisy, we also want to expose it and we want to peel back the layers of the deceit and the poisoning the public discourse. Look, Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski meeting with Donald Trump. It's a masterclass in opportunism. And the thing is, it reveals the true motivation behind their so-called principles. See, Joe and Mika claimed that they went down to Mar-a-Lago to restart communication with Donald Trump. Skittler, right? They went down to Skittler's Haven, right, to restart communication. They said that the meeting was about finding common ground. How do you find common ground with somebody who wants to destroy America, ma'am? They want to bridge some divides and move forward. How do you move forward with Skittler? See, that's how you know that's fake. See, let's be real. This wasn't about unity. It was definitely not about principle. It was about, and it damn sure wasn't about journalism. It was about them saving their own jobs, plain and simple. And let's look at the facts. Comcast, which is the parent company of MSNBC, is reportedly considering selling the network because the ratings are in the toilet. And the executives in MSNBC are scrambling, and there's rumors of layoffs, and they're growing louder. And people are about to lose their damn jobs, and Joe and Mika are no exception. So what do? They take their butts down to Mar-a-Lago, hoping to cozy up next to Donald Trump, that he might give them a lifeline. But you don't forget that Joe and Mika have spent the past several years portraying Trump to be all these horrible things, okay? They compared him to horrible people, all these things. And they accuse him of enabling white nationalism and destroying democracy and tearing up the very fabric of America. But they took their butts down there to meet with him, okay? They built their entire segments on these attacks, and they fueled outrage, and that's helped them rake in viewers. And now they want us to believe that after years of calling him the greatest threat to the country, they just suddenly decided it was time to sit down and have a chat. Okay? See, this isn't about reconciliation, it's about desperation. Donald Trump isn't talking to these liberal outlets like CNN. He has no words for them. How do you talk to them? His relationship with the mainstream media has been fractured for years, with the one exception, Fox News. He'll talk to them. And so by meeting with Trump, Joe and Mika are trying to position themselves as the one liberal outlet he might give a second chance. You see? See, they want to be the pipeline to Trump because they know that having access to him could boost their ratings and keep them in the game. See, their bosses won't fire them if they know that these are the only people that can get to Trump when the rest of our people can't. See, this is not about journalism, it's about survival. And this stunt exposes the hollowness of their rhetoric. I can peep that out sitting here at my little desk over here, drinking on my little jug of little water. You understand me? All those fiery monologues, the comparisons to a dictator, the performative outrage, that was all fake. Because see, now that their backs are against the wall, when their jobs and their status are online, they abandon those principles without hesitation. It ain't even been 2 weeks yet. And what does that tell us about these people? What does that tell us about these liberals? It tells us that their attacks on the Republicans, their attacks on Donald Trump were never about protecting democracy or defending the truth. They were about clicks and views and ad dollars. And now that the ratings have plummeted and the network is in crisis, they're willing to flip the script and crawl back to the man they once demonized, hoping he'll throw them a bone. Peep game. Understand that. Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski and the rest of these liberals, they're the embodiment of the warning that Malcolm X gave us about white liberals. Their actions, shout out to my man African Dyadic. Thank you so much, fam. Many of their advocates for the emancipation of the colored people who are almost as afraid to see a black face as they are to see a lion. Talk of Africa for the colored people, David Wall. I'm gonna read all of these super chats, man. Y'all moving slow on the super chats, but this is good stuff. I want y'all to understand this. And I want you to be ready and peep this game out. So the next time it rolls around, election season rolls around, you'll remember this conversation. You can't trust these white liberals. Trust yourself. Vote your interest, okay? But again, America has taken a rightward shift, okay? And this is not about journalism. See, it's not even about Joe and Mika. It's about media landscape that thrives on outrage and capitalizes on division and that sacrifices integrity the moment it becomes inconvenient. So let's not be fooled, black people. This meeting was about finding common ground. It was about a PR stunt, a desperate bid to stay relevant in a crumbling media empire. And it should serve as a reminder to all of us that we can't place our trust in those who profit from our pain and our struggles. Y'all done fell out with your mamas. You done told your mama you voted for Trump. You done told your family members you're not voting for either one of them. Some of y'all right now have had drop down to the floor, fighting on the ground arguments about your voting habits and your politics over the past year and a half. See, we need to hold the media accountable for its role in shaping public perception and manipulating the truth. And most importantly, we need to recognize that these opportunists for who they are, and whether they're sitting in newsrooms or meetings in mansions, they are what they are. And now we stand at a crossroads in our nation, in history, one where the truth is becoming clearer than ever. Much of the political theater we've witnessed over the past several years was nothing more than a grand deception. Let me draw your attention to a moment that should make us all pause and reflect. And I'm gonna see if I can pull this up. Okay? All right? I want you all to see this photograph that I put up on my community tab. You guys hit the #1 button if you hear me. Make sure you hit the #1 button. Let's keep the algorithm popping. Okay? Let's keep this algorithm popping. Hit the #1 button, fam. Let me know you in here like swimwear. I mean, and these white folks, these white liberals are melting. I mean, they are losing it, all the way losing it. Well, I don't have a picture, but many of you all have seen the photograph of Joe Biden and Donald Trump meeting in the White House, and Joe Biden's got a smile on his from ear to ear. He is smiling like a chessy cat.
DennisSpurling podcast, click your mouse pad, yeah, we out back. Hit the like, hit subscribe, don't just hate watch, cause we outside. Let them hate watch, go and play pop, we just lay back. He don't play that, we on playback, we on playback, we on way back. Black men, yeah, we earn something. Tune in, gotta learn something. Uncle D podcast, bump it. Likes up, hit the sub button. Black men, yeah, we earn something. Tune in, gotta learn something. Uncle D podcast, bump it. Likes up, hit the sub button. This is DennisSpurling podcast. Don't just hate watch, hit subscribe and let them know we outside. Don't hold hate, donate. Super chat, cash app. Put something in the collection plate. Church.
I want y'all to make sure y'all hit the #1 button. And we're going to kind of get back to what we like to do over here, man. I need y'all to check in. At a certain point when it's time to check in, I need to checking in to start happening again. We got to go ahead and get this algorithm pumping.